अथ श्रीमद्भगवद् गीता अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागमवस्थिताः भीष्ममेवाभिरक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि.
Meaning, you are required to provide complete support to Grandfather Bhima as you position yourselves at the designated strategic entry points of the army formation. Summary. After praising Bhima's prowess, Duryodhan was concerned that others might feel undervalued. He diplomatically addressed the situation by emphasizing that Bhishmadeva was the greatest hero, but due to his old age, he needed extra protection from all sides. Duryodhan feared that if Bhishmadeva became fully engaged on one side, the enemy might take advantage of it and break the phalanx. Hence, it was vital for other heroes to maintain their strategic positions to prevent the enemy from breaking through. Duryodhan believed that the Kuru's victory depended on Bhishmadeva's presence and was confident of his and Dronacharya's full support in the battle. Despite their affection for the Pandavas, Duryodhan hoped that both generals would abandon it, just as they had done during the gambling performances, when Arjuna's wife, Draupadi, had appealed to them for justice in her helpless condition.
तस्य सञ्जनयन् हर्षं कुरुवृद्धः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्योच्चैः शङ्खं दध्मौ प्रतापवान्.
Meaning, the great and valiant Bhishma, the grandfather of the Kuru warriors, blew his conch shell with a loud sound resembling a lion's roar, which delighted Duryodhan. Summary. With his natural compassion for his grandson Duryodhan, the grandsire of the Kuru dynasty understood the inner meaning of his heart. To cheer him up, he blew his conch shell loudly, befitting his position as a lion. Through the symbolism of the conch shell, he indirectly conveyed to his depressed grandson that victory in the battle was unlikely because the Supreme Lord Krishna was on the other side. Nonetheless, it was his duty to conduct the fight, and he was determined to spare no effort in fulfilling it.
ततः शङ्खाश्च भैर्यश्च पणवानकगोमुखाः सहसैवाभ्यहन्यन्त सशब्दस्तु मूलोऽभवत्.
Meaning, following that, there was a sudden, tumultuous sound as conch shells, drums, bugles, trumpets, and horns were all sounded together.
ततः श्वेतैर्हयैर्युक्ते महति स्यन्दने स्थितौ माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यौ शङ्खौ प्रदध्मतुः.
Meaning, on the opposing side, Lord Krishna and Arjuna, riding a magnificent chariot drawn by white horses, sounded their transcendental conch shells. Summary. While Bhishmadeva's conch shell was ordinary, the conch shells held by Krishna and Arjuna were described as transcendental. The sounding of these conch shells indicated that victory was inevitable for the Pandavas, as Lord Krishna was on their side. Victory always accompanies those associated with Lord Krishna, such as the sons of Pandu, and wherever the Lord is present, the goddess of fortune accompanies him because she never lives alone without her husband. Therefore, Arjuna was destined for victory and fortune, as indicated by the transcendental sound produced by Vishnu's conch shell held by Lord Krishna. Moreover, the chariot on which they both sat had been donated by Agni, the fire god, to Arjuna, signifying its ability to conquer all sides wherever it was drawn across the three worlds.
पाञ्चजन्यं हृषीकेशो देवदत्तं धनञ्जयः पौण्ड्रं दध्मौ महाशङ्खं भीमकर्मावृकोदरः.
Meaning, Panchajanya, the name of Lord Krishna's conch shell, was sounded by him, while Arjuna sounded his own conch shell named Devdatta, and Bhima, the mighty warrior known for his enormous appetite and incredible strength, blew his Pondra conch shell with great force. Summary. In this verse, Lord Krishna is called Hrishikesha because he is the master of all senses. The living entities are his parts and parcels, and so their senses are also part and parcel of his senses. However, impersonalists cannot explain the existence of living entities' senses, and thus, they consider all living entities as senseless or impersonal. The Lord is present in the heart of every living entity, directing their senses according to their surrender. But, for a pure devotee, he directly controls their senses. On the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the Lord directly controls the transcendental senses of Arjuna, and therefore, he is called Hrishikesha. The Lord has different names according to his activities, like Madhusudana, Govinda, Vasudeva, Devakinandana, Yashodhanandana, and Parthsarathi. Similarly, he is called Hrishikesha because he guided Arjuna on the battlefield. Arjuna is addressed as Dhananjay in this verse because he helped his elder brother in collecting wealth for various sacrifices. Bhima is known as Vakodhara because he could eat as much as he could perform Herculean tasks, such as killing the demon Hidimba. The particular types of conch shells blown by the different personalities on the Pandavas' side, starting with the lords, were all very encouraging to the fighting soldiers. However, there were no such encouraging signs on the other side, nor was there the presence of Lord Krishna or the goddess of fortune. Hence, they were destined to lose the battle, and this was conveyed by the sounds of the conch shells.
Ananta Vijayam Raja Kunti Putro Yudhishthirah Nakulah Sahadevascha Sughoshavani Pushpakau Kashyascha Parameshwasah Shikhandi cha Maharathah Dhrishtadyumno Viratascha Satyakischa Parajitah Drupado Draupadeyascha Sarvashah Prithivipate Saubhadrascha Mahabahuhu Shankhan Dadmuh Pruthak Pruthak.
Meaning, the conch shells of Ananta Vijaya, Sughosha, and Manipushpaka were blown by King Yudhishthira, the son of Kunti, and Nakula and Sahadeva respectively. Other renowned warriors and great archers such as the king of Kashi, Shikhandi, Dhrishtadyumna, Virata, the invincible Satyaki, Drupda, the sons of Draupadi, and the powerful Abhimanyu, all blew their own conch shells, along with many others present on the battlefield. Summary. Sanjay used his words wisely, while informing King Dhritarashtra about the disastrous outcome of his unwise policy. He pointed out that deceiving the sons of Pandu, and trying to place his own sons on the throne was not a commendable approach. The signs already indicated that the entire Kuru dynasty, from Bhishma to the grandsons like Abhimanyu and kings from many other states, were present on the battlefield and would face destruction. The responsibility for this entire catastrophe lay with King Dhritarashtra, who had supported his son's actions.
Sarvoshodharta Rashtrana Hrudayani Vyadarayat Nabhascha Prithivim Chaiva Tumulobhyanunadayan.
Meaning, the blowing of the various conch shells created a deafening noise that echoed through the sky and the earth. This sound caused great distress to the sons of Dhritarashtra and shattered their hearts. Summary. While there is no mention of the Pandavas being heartbroken by the blowing of conch shells by Bhishma and others on Duryodhana's side, it is specified in this verse that the sounds of the Pandavas' party shattered the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra. This is because the Pandavas had faith in Lord Krishna, and one who takes refuge in the Supreme Lord need not fear, even in the face of a great calamity.
Athavyavasthitan drashka dhartarashtran kapidhvajah Pravritte shastra sampate dhanurudhyamya pandavah Hrishikesham tada vakyam idavaha mahipate.
Meaning, Arjuna, the son of Pandu, sat in his chariot with the Hanuman-marked flag and picked up his bow, preparing to shoot his arrows. Upon seeing the military formation of the sons of Dhritarashtra, Arjuna spoke to Lord Krishna with the following words. Summary. It is evident from the above passage that the military arrangement made by the Pandavas, under the direct guidance of Lord Krishna, had disheartened the sons of Dhritarashtra as the battle was about to begin. Arjuna, bearing the flag marked with Hanuman, took up his bow and prepared to shoot his arrows. The emblem of Hanuman on the flag was a sign of victory, as Hanuman had helped Lord Rama emerge victorious in the battle with Ravana. Lord Krishna is Lord Rama himself, and his eternal servitor Hanuman and consort Sita, the goddess of fortune, were present on Arjuna's chariot to aid him. Therefore, Arjuna had no reason to fear his enemies. The Lord of the senses, Lord Krishna, was personally present to guide Arjuna, and all good counsel was available to him in executing the battle. In such auspicious circumstances arranged by the Lord for his eternal devotee, lay the signs of assured victory.
Arjuna uvacha senayorubhayormadhye ratham sthapayamechyuta यावदेतान् निरीक्षेऽहं योद्धुकामानवस्थितान् कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यम् अस्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे.
Meaning, Arjuna made a plea to Lord Krishna, saying, O all-powerful one, I beseech you to position my chariot in the center of the two armies, so that I may observe those who have gathered here to fight and with whom I am obligated to participate in this grand battle. Summary. Despite being the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, out of his causeless mercy, served as a charioteer for his friend Arjuna. He never fails to show affection towards his devotees, which is why he is referred to as infallible. Even though he was carrying out the orders of Arjuna, his supreme position was never challenged, and he remained the lord of the total senses, Rishikesha. The relationship between the Lord and his devotee is transcendental and sweet. The Lord always seeks an opportunity to render some service to the devotee, and he takes greater pleasure in his pure devotee assuming the advantageous position of ordering him than being the giver of orders. As a pure devotee of the Lord, Arjuna had no desire to fight with his cousins and brothers, but he was forced to come onto the battlefield due to the obstinacy of Duryodhana, who was never agreeable to any peaceful negotiation. Therefore, Arjuna was very anxious to see who the leading persons on the battlefield were and how much they were bent upon demanding an unwanted war, even though there was no possibility of making peace on the battlefield.
Yotsyamananavekshekham yaretetra samagataah dhartarashtrasya durbuddher yuddhe priyachikirshavah.
Meaning, allow me to witness those who have come here to fight and seek to gratify the evil-minded son of Dhritarashtra. Summary. It was no secret that Duryodhana and his father, Dhritarashtra, were planning to unjustly take the Pandavas' kingdom, and it was clear that anyone who joined Duryodhana's side shared his wicked intentions. Arjuna had no intention of negotiating peace with them, but he did want to see them on the battlefield to assess their strength. He was confident of victory with Krishna by his side, but he still wanted to know what he was up against.